What exactly is a Linzer cookie? Do you want amazing Linzer cookies without nuts? Well, Linzer cookies originated from Austria. They are the cookie version of the Linzer torte, which is a tart with a nut-based dough. Usually designed with a woven lattice crust with a sweet fruit jam filling. However, for this recipe, we will take out the nuts. It will still be delicious with a hint of lemony flavor. Since nut allergies are becoming more common among people, we will exclude nuts. Still, you will have a buttery and tender dessert. But, nut-free Linzer cookies with a sweet raspberry jam filling. And dusted with a fair quantity of powdered sugar. This Linzer cookies recipe is perfect with a cup of tea and company. What you will need. Ingredients: 8 ounces of unsalted butter, 2/3 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, 2 pieces egg yolks from 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, ½ teaspoon of kosher salt, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, ½ cup of well-mixed raspberry preserves, powdered sugar. Step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Cream your butter using an electric mixer until it becomes lighter in color for about 2 minutes. After that, add the sugar and mix again for another 2 minutes. Or mix it until the mixture becomes light and fluffy. Then, add the lemon zest. And make sure to beat it again until combined entirely. Step 2. Afterward, put the egg yolks one at a time while still beating. With that, ensure to beat the egg yolks after each addition. Then, mix in the vanilla extract. Step 3. After that, set your mixer in low. Then, put the flour and salt until the dough combines well. However, be careful not to overmix. Step 4. Next, scrape the cookie dough out of the bowl using a rubber spatula. Then, ensure to form the dough into a big flat disc. Afterward, wrap the dough using a plastic cling wrap and put it inside the chiller or fridge. Make sure to do this for about an hour. Or store it until it becomes firm. Step 5. Afterward, ensure to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and line your 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. Then, divide your dough into 2 parts. Make sure to place 1 part in the chiller. And ensure to roll out the other part into 1/4 inch thick using a rolling pin. Step 6. After that, cut out as many Linzer cookies as you can using a 2-inch cookie cutter. In this regard, you can indeed use any shape of your choice. Because of that, keep the scraps of the cookie dough. Step 7. Next, repeat the process with the remaining dough, including the scraps you have saved earlier. Afterward, re-roll the dough to cut more. Step 8. Then, place your cookies in the lined baking sheets. And ensure that your cookies are 1 inch apart from each other. Keep in mind to cut out a small heart or hole. Likewise, any design you want from half of the cut-up cookie dough. If you do not have a small cookie cutter, you can use the round end of a pastry tip. Step 9. After that, place the cut-out cookies inside the chiller or refrigerator for about 15 minutes. Then bake the cookies for about 12 minutes. Or bake it until they become golden brown. Then, rotate the pans once throughout the baking process. Step 10. Once the cookies cook completely, take the cookies and leave them inside the baking sheets for about 5 minutes. With this, make sure to do it before moving them into a cooling wire rack. Also, let the cookies cool completely. Step 11. After the cookies cooled entirely, sift powdered sugar over the cookies that have holes in the center. Then, add a spoonful of raspberry jam to the cookies without holes. Because of this, ensure to spread the jam. Place the cookies with powdered sugar over the ones that have a jam. And make sure to press lightly to attach. Lastly, serve and enjoy. Tips and tricks. If you plan to make these cookies in advance, store the cookies without spreading jam in a sealed container. Moreover, the cookies will last up to 2 days. So with that, spread the jam and dust before assembling and serving. Furthermore, to avoid having tender cookies, do not overmix the dough. Additionally, chill the cookie dough for an hour before rolling it out. Do this so that the cookies will be able to hold their shape when they bake. Also, using raspberry jam is more traditional, but you can use any jam you like. In addition to that, dust the top cookies before assembling to avoid dusting the center with powdered sugar and keeping the center or the window of the cookie with the jam shiny. If you are not serving the cookies after making them, do not spread jam. It would be best to put the jam if you are ready to serve it. Make sure to do this so that the cookies will remain crisp. Remember, keep the assembled cookies at room temperature and cover them with foil to preserve the texture of the cookies. Furthermore, using raspberry jam allows the red color to pop against the cookie dusted with powdered sugar. Besides that, the sweetness of the raspberry jam also complements the zest in the cookie dough. Moreover, you do not need to buy a Linzer cookie cutter to make these cookies. In that regard, you can get creative and use a round or fluted cookie cutter. If you keep the assembled cookies in a sealed container inside the refrigerator or chiller, they will lose their crispiness. For this reason, covering with foil will preserve the texture. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.